Hey, it's that time again. Pull up a chair and call a friend. We're talking about our days, the good and the weird, and memes so strange they should be feared. Some jokes pop, some jokes fall, but we keep on laughing through it all. It's blurry, it's cozy, it's a little bit funny. Oh yeah, well I thought it was funny. So tune in, baby, every other day. We got chuckles and cringe coming your way. It's a swinging little show, kinda loopy, kinda sunny. That's right, well I thought it was funny.
Good morning, folks. The time is 10:29 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 16th of November, 2025. And, of course, that's the 17th for our friends there on the other side of the planet. Our friends down under, how about a big hello for those folks in Melbourne, the city with more group members than any other city worldwide. That's pretty cool when you think about the fact that we have about 885,000 members in our little community here of ours. Folks, that's awesome. Cheers to those folks in Melbourne. Cheers to you. My name is Lee. I'm the guy who started the groups. There's two of them. The groups, well, I thought it was funny. You folks are you. You folks are freaking awesome. How do I know that? Who else you going to be, right? And, well, we weren't awesome till you got here. Simple math. You're awesome. Cheers. You know, with that many people in this community of ours, I like to call us the funniest city on the internet. Population, us. Funny people in a funny place. Making people laugh. That's a pretty cool thing to do, folks. So once again, cheers to you and cheers to us. So what's happening today in your lives, friends? I'll tell you what's happening in my life. I'll tell you what's happened in my life. Yesterday evening, Wendy and I went to go see the incredible Martin Short. He was in town supporting the Owen Hart Foundation. That is a charitable foundation in the name of Owen Hart, the late great wrestler, a Calgarian in Calgary. It was a fantastic show last night. Martin Short was hilarious. It was in a fantastic location, which is the Southern Jubilee Auditorium. It was a really good evening, and there was so much laughing. Oh, I laughed so much. There's one point where I had tears, happy tears, just streaming down my face. I was laughing so hard. Wendy had a great time too. We had a great meal too. It was a really good evening. I don't have any video or anything. I do have a quick picture of the venue before people started really streaming in, and I'll put that up right now. Yeah, it was so fun. Just a great evening. That was at the Southern Jubilee, as I said. Martin Short is just one of the most hilarious humans on the planet, if you ask me. And last night just proved it. Just nailed that home for me, just how funny he really was. Just hilarious. So yeah, great night. Today, we don't have any real plans. We're going to have spaghetti for dinner. That'll be great. I love spaghetti. But other than that, maybe a little bit of cleaning up around the house. Still just Sunday stuff, taking it easy too. That's all I got going. And I've got a real quiet week ahead, too. There's no events happening for me at work, so it's no work. I do have my COVID-19 shot. I can't remember anything. My COVID-19 shot, that is going to be happening later on in the week. I'm probably whining and moping about that after that happens. So that's what I've got going today. That's what we did yesterday. Once again, that show was amazing. It was so fun. And I'm going to ask you what's happening in your life. Take a moment. Come on, right now. Take just a quick moment. Jot down a little thing. How are you feeling? How about that? Just answer me how you're feeling. Maybe you want to share a photo of your cat, your dog, your fish, your frog, whatever pets you might have, whatever plants you might be proud of. Maybe you've got a cool collection. Share a little bit about you. I'd love to talk about you. People getting tired of me talking about me, I'm pretty sure. Rose Glad commented on yesterday's video saying mahalo for the jokes, which means thank you for the jokes, or showing gratitude for the jokes. And to that, I guess I should say he mea iki. And I'm sure I just totally mispronounced that. Maybe even used the wrong term, but you're welcome, Rose. So, hey, me'iki. I think I'm saying that right. Very welcome for the jokes. It's probably my favorite part of the video, so I love doing the jokes. Very welcome. My mom commented on the video. You know, I just said a couple of days ago, was talking about how my mom threatened to put up the Christmas tree. I think she may have done it because her comment on yesterday's videos, and the Christmas tree is the red one. So she's chosen a red Christmas tree. She's got one that's kind of a rainbow colored one. She's got a couple Christmas trees packed away there. So it's the red one this year. So I can't wait to see a picture of it. I'm not 100% positive it's put up. I'm just guessing, but I'm sure she'll share some photos when she does. And my buddy Dave Knapp. You know Dave Knapp, the guy that gives me all those jokes all the time for my joke segments. He sent me a message yesterday saying that he and his wife Grace are about to celebrate their 26th anniversary on the 20th of November, and they thought they'd treat themselves this weekend to a concert. They went to the Riley Green concert at the Bryce Jordan Center in College Township, Pennsylvania. It is owned and operated by the Pennsylvania University, so the Penn U, I guess you'd call it. And the three opening acts. The three opening acts were, so I have to read this: Hannah McFarland, Drake White, and Jamey Johnson. So it sounds like they had a great time, and they also stopped for a great meal at the Earlystown Diner. And this place looks like the food's great, and it looks like it was a really good deal too. The prices sounded great. So let me bring up some photos that he sent. So we're going to start off with the photo from the Jamey Johnson concert. Now he sent this, and he mentioned that he kind of laughed at the image at first of her because he thought that it was an image of her with a great big bubble butt, but actually it's just the guitar. So it's kind of funny. I thought that was awesome. Now the next two photos are going to be of their meals. Well, actually the next one is of the Earlystown Diner sign, and it's in Pennsylvania. I won't be going to the States for at least 4 years, folks, but if I do, that'd be a beautiful area to check out. So there's the sign for the diner. That's a photo that I found. But the next two photos are from Dave. And there is his meal. His meal was the special. That's the open-faced roast beef sandwich with mashed potatoes and peas. And then the next one is his wife's meal, Grace's meal. And that was the liver, baked potato, and butter applesauce, and a roll. Looks like good stuff, and like the prices were fantastic. I think it was $12 and $15 for the two meals or something like that. Even with tipping, I mean, that's not very much. That looks fantastic. And sounds like you had a fantastic time. Happy early anniversary. And if I remember, I've got goldfish memory, and I shouldn't even say that because goldfish have better memory than me. If I remember, I will try to wish you happy anniversary on the day of. So that's 4 days from now. I'm going to do my best to remember. But Dave, if I forget, I promise it's not willful ignorance. It's just a crappy brain. But thanks for sharing, Dave. I really do appreciate it. Now, folks, take a moment, drop a line, send in the comments on this video what's going on right now. And even if you don't want to do that, why don't you hit the reaction button? The little like button, or the happy face, or the thumbs up, or whatever it might be. Hit a reaction button just so I know that you're out there. And even as much as I'd love to hear as little as, hey, I'm doing okay today, or this is happening. I'd love to hear anything about you folks. Come on, leave a quick note on the video, but if you don't want to do that, please hit one of those reaction buttons. All right, thank you very much, folks. I appreciate that. Well, as usual, I've got a couple of featured posts for you. Now, the first one is from Brian E. Arsenault, and the second one is from some jerk I know named Lee. Oh, hey, that's me. I don't like to blow my own horn, but every once in a while I share something that gets some traction, and it makes me laugh. And the only reason I'm sharing these posts are because they're ones that made me laugh. Well, Brian made me laugh, and I made me laugh. I know that's kind of asinine. I apologize. So, well, let's bring them up. We're going to start off with Brian E. Arsenault's post. Bring that up right now. Yeah, it's a booger joke, but I don't care. Made me laugh. Sorry. What a childish post, eh? Well, it made me laugh. That's all that matters to me. All right. The next one and the last one is from me, my friends. Let me bring that up right now. When I found this, and I think I found it on Reddit, I could be wrong, I laughed very, very hard at it, and it still makes me laugh. And apparently you folks find it funny too, because it's got a lot of traction. Wow. All right, folks, I don't like want to blow my own horn, but that made me laugh. I'm not going to thank myself, but I am going to thank Brian, and I am going to thank all of you folks for all of your posts. I mean, the reason why this group is, almost at 890,000 members is because of your funny stuff, not mine. Your funny stuff. So, folks, thank you very much. And once again, raise a cup to yourself of whatever you're drinking. Cheers. I love coffee. You know what else I love? I love those bad jokes. I heard on the news that a man was seriously injured in a peekaboo accident. He was rushed to the ICU. What do you call a hen that counts her own eggs? A math-ma-chicken. I think gloves must have been way more important in the past for every single car to have a box dedicated to them. Dwayne Johnson's neighbors are clueless about just about everything. But I suppose I would be too if I lived under a rock. I'm terrified of elevators, and that is why I'm taking steps to avoid them. I hope a couple of those jokes made you laugh. I've got to thank my buddy Mitch Laird for the first joke, the peekaboo accident joke. I've got to thank my beautiful, wonderful wife for sending me the joke about the math-ma-chicken, the hen that counts her own eggs. Sent that to me just before I started recording this morning. And then the next three jokes, I don't know, I just found them. I don't even know where they're from. But you know what? I'd like to thank you for your jokes. Why don't you send me a couple of jokes? That's right, send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com or recordings of you telling jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And if I use your jokes or use a recording of your jokes, you're getting credit for it, folks. I don't like to steal jokes. I'm not going to steal your jokes. Send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Can you do me a couple of favors today? Please, real easy ones. I ask them all the time. First one, try to make somebody laugh. You make them laugh, it's going to be a better day for them, even if their day's already good. Make sure it's an appropriate time, though. And that second favor, along the same lines, you are as important as anyone else. I want you to be laughing too. Make sure you find something that makes you laugh today. If you have to hunt it down, do it. And if you do find something that's particularly funny, please share it on the group and tag me in it if it's shareable. If it's a situation maybe, that you run into that you can share and want to talk about, leave it as a comment on this video. If it's something that's already on the group, just leave a comment and tag me in it saying, hey Lee, this is what made me laugh. I'd love to hear about what makes you laugh, folks. Well, it's that time, my friends. It's that time that we wrap up today's video. I know not a lot of content. It's because I want to talk about you, but you're not talking to me about yourselves. Well, Dave is, Rose is, my mom is, Michelle does. I want to hear about you, my friends. I wish I had like one of those mirror kind of things like the lady from Romper Room had. Maybe I'm going to find one of those. I'll make that part of this. Folks, thank you so very much. Thank you for making this place so funny and so successful. And it is, and it's all because of you. I think that's all I got this morning. We've got to say the thank yous, and it's very, very heartfelt. It really is. Glad I was able to share with you Dave and Grace's their night out. Thank you very much, Dave and Grace, for sharing that with us. And folks, I'm glad I was able to share my little Wendy and I's adventure with going to see Martin Short. It was such a great evening. And like I said, I want to hear about you. So folks, have an awesome day. I'm going to be back here again tomorrow morning. And, just keep laughing, my friends. So see you tomorrow.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.
Well,